You're watching helmet camera video of the capture of a 179-pound gray seal. Scientists named him Bronx. This is North Beach on Cape Cod. Bronx doesn't know it, but he is about to be the first adult gray seal tagged and tracked in the United States.
Essentially, I'm interested in understanding how humans interact with those animals and how that affects their sustainability over the long term.
And Duke University marine biologist Dr. David Johnston couldn't have picked a better time to study gray seal behavior because the animals have had a rough history in the Cape Cod region. The entire population was killed by hunters in the 1800s. Gray seals have rebounded under federal protection since 1972, but not everybody is happy about that exploding seal population.
And they've recovered to the point that they're very noticeable on Cape Cod now.
Fishermen lose valuable catches to the animals, and, as this video shows, seals can crowd onto and spoil local beaches. Scientists want to better understand seal behavior and how the animals interact with their environment, including people.
Telemetry devices like this one allow us to get glimpses of those animals' lives when they're not at the shore, or even at the surface, available for us to access them and study their behavior.
And that's where that groundbreaking high-tech monitor comes in. The waterproof, battery-powered devices are glued onto the seal's fur. The devices record location, the depth of seal dives, and water temperature. The devices then transmit the data using cell phone towers whenever the animal comes to the surface for a period of time.
So it's actually a very, very low power, very efficient system for being able to track the animals.
Researchers call it biologging, and the window into his watery world Bronx has opened for scientists is revealing behaviors never suspected.
So here being the Bay of Fundy, down here is the Cape Cod region, Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard. And all of this in green are actually all of the dives that the animal made during this deployment.
The tracking devices revealed that Bronx spent a lot of time close to shore. The tracking waves show each individual dive. Most of the dives averaged about 200 feet deep.
You know, a lot of the time that the animal spends at sea is probably foraging. We don't know very much about the social behavior of those animals at sea, but they probably do some socializing too. They probably do interact with each other at sea. But the majority of what we detect, I think, using these things is essentially the animal at work, how it's making a living. And so a lot of that's going to be dedicated to foraging. And so when these animals are diving, they're diving down and foraging on any number of species. We don't know much about the actual diet of the animals.
But Bronx also traveled long distances. On one trip, spending 17 straight days at sea, swimming halfway to Canada and back. That's a journey of 156 miles.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. So first of all, you know, being able to see that it makes different decisions, you know, so it doesn't always just stay in one place, that it goes and forages in different locations. So that's really interesting. The fact that it would make that incredible trip off to Georges Bank and back, we hadn't suspected that it would do that. I mean, it's literally swam halfway to Nova Scotia on that trip.
While pressure gauges on the device record each dive, one journey underwater took the seal almost 900 feet deep.
You know, understanding about the depth of dives, understanding, you know, a lot about the dive parameters is going to be really, it's exciting. We never knew that gray seals in this area were diving to 264 meters.
Bronx will share his travels with scientists for about 9 months. The batteries on the cellular tags should last about that long. The device will also come off when the animal molts or sheds its fur.
And so one of the key goals for our research is to try and identify and help describe their role in the Gulf of Maine marine ecosystem.
Johnston admits he'll miss his updates on the adventures of Bronx the gray seal, but he'll be studying those adventures for years.
And most importantly, we're now being able to understand spatially how those animals fit into the marine environment. And that's really important because they interact with humans, they interact with fisheries,